Hi everyone, Gayla Wick here, Denver love coach and matchmaker with another in my little mini series about how to have unmatchable behaviors. Now, the first time around we talked about an extreme behavior, and the next time around we talked about another extreme type of behavior. So today I want to give you a few more examples about what in the world not to do if you really want to impress your first date. So today, I'm going to talk about that spectrum of you're trying too hard to impress a first date, and on the other end of that is you're not trying at all. So recently, I've had a couple of women especially complain to me about things that their dates have done. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you about, it just seems so illogical for anyone to do this, but the man showed up to the date looking disheveled in a wrinkly t-shirt. Now, I know there's an ad on television about a guy showing up to a date and we think, oh, in a wrinkly t-shirt, that looks absolutely awful and inappropriate for the setting. But I'm here to tell you this really happened to several women lately that I have sent on dates with, and I'm sorry to say this was a client who did this, and I'm just was shocked. They said their impression of him was that he wasn't interested in the date because he couldn't even bother to dress for it. Now, that's not a one-off situation, unfortunately. I just had another situation where a man asked me if he thought it was okay for him to just dress casually for this restaurant and wear shorts and some kind of sports shirt. Won't say the name of it. I had to stop myself from doing that. But anyway, I just wanted to say, wow, really? Why don't you Google a restaurant where we have a reservation for dinner and use your judgment about how to dress appropriately for the dinner? So that's really my best advice. If someone doesn't not know how to dress, Google the restaurant. Is it lunch? Is it lunch by the beach? Is it lunch on the ocean? Is it lunch in a nice place? Is it dinner in a nice place? Is it brunch? What is it? And then remember, you're on a date. You're on a first date, a second date, a third date. And so if you don't know how to dress, then you're not going to be doing yourself any favors. And this really goes for women too. I've seen women dress really inappropriately for the location and for the date. So you don't want to do that either. The other behavior that I've seen on the other end of that spectrum, which looks like you're not trying, and if you don't try, no one thinks you're interested, and you're probably not going to get a second date. But the other example that I have for you is trying too hard. A few months ago, I think it was now, that I had a woman tell me that the guy was nice. She had a really good time with him, but she was really bothered by the fact he kept talking about money and how much money he had. Listen, if you have money, you don't need to tell your date that. I mean, that seems like obvious 101 date behavior. Don't say idiotic things like this man said to her, well, you like money, don't you? I mean, really? This is a grown man. This was not somebody in his teens or his 20s or even in his 30s. This was a grown man who should have known better, and it was a super big turnoff for the woman that he said that to. So listen, this is the only chance you have on this first date to create an impression, to create interest. That's what a first date's all about. It's about creating interest so that you want to get to know the person more. I'm going to tell you a little secret in this video. The easiest way for you to create interest on a first date is to take care of your appearance, dress appropriately, but most importantly, the secret really is be yourself. Don't try to impress someone by talking about things that really are not a subject of conversation on the first date. How much money you have? No. If you're in a relationship down the road, you're going to discuss finances, but that's not first date conversation starters. It's a conversation killer, I would say. So I hope you've had fun listening to this series and reading my blog post about it. I'm going to put the other links in this video. So if you missed the first 2 videos, you can go back and get it. But really, I want you to be matchable. I don't want you to do any of these unmatchable behaviors or behaviors that make you undateable. It is so easy not to do this. Relax, take care of your appearance, show up on time, and be yourself. So until next time, remember, I think it's always a great day for love.